Hello everyone, this is OMG Captain Raven, and guys, today I'm showing you spaceships. Real spaceships that you can hop in and fly. Because guess what? Arena Commander is out. Some of you might now think, what the hell is Arena Commander? Arena Commander is the new name for the Hangar Module of Star Citizen. So basically what this is the first playable bit of the game. You can actually enter your spaceship, open the hangar doors and fly out into space, and apparently also fight some AI enemy ships. I have actually, it took me quite a while to download this. It was a 10 gigabyte download, which is quite a lot of data, but not too much data. I'm saying this because I downloaded Titanfall, which was 50 gigabyte, but for some reason it took me really quite a long time to download this Hangar Module, or Arena Commander as it is called. This is my very first impression of what this is and how everything controls. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't promise you that everything will go as planned. It pretty much won't, or I'm pretty sure that that something will go wrong. But I don't know. Maybe you're like me. If you're like me, you like to go into the options menu. The very first thing that which is the very first thing you do in a game, you open up the menu and look what has changed since the last time I had a look at the Hangar Module. So I'm not quite sure on what quality. I'm running this on high quality apparently. It goes up to very high, but even though you may be disappointed, I'm not. Maybe I will later turn it up to very high to show differences in the graphics settings. But right now I'm getting 40 frames per second, which is okay, but I would rather have 60 frames per second. Keep in mind that this game is not optimized as of yet, so it might very well be that this whole game runs like crap on my computer, and that I will have to turn the quality down to low. But right now we're going with high, and we'll see how it works. I have my computer is kind of beefy, but not too great, so it's kind of, it should work. We'll see. What has changed? The sound settings, and not much there. Game settings. Invert controller, probably always cool. Invert mouse, yes. I don't think I want to invert the mouse. Cinematic cameras. At this point, I have read a bit about Reddit about this game, and there seems to be some kind of discussion going on about people that use mouse and keyboard to control their spaceship seem to have the upper hand in combat. So it seems like the controls, as I imagine, that they're similar to Freelancer, which I personally would love, because when Freelancer came out, maybe you've played this game, when Freelancer came out, people were, I don't know, going on the barricades and being really angry that this game, or that Freelancer did not support joysticks. And I was one of those people, even though I don't think I even had a joystick at that time. But I thought this game should be as realistic as possible. And then Freelancer came out, and it just had this, or just in inverted commas, this mouse control, which was so nice to use. It was, of course, a very arcade style of flying your spaceship, but it worked so good. You had so much control over your spaceship, and ever since that day, since I first played Freelancer, I have to say, and this might be blasphemy to some of you, in my opinion, mouse and keyboard is superior to using a joystick or even a HOTAS setup, or I don't know how many joysticks you can weld together and use for this game. In my opinion, if it's done right, mouse and keyboard will always be the superior input method. And people are complaining that mouse and keyboard actually seems to be the superior control scheme for this game right now. We'll have to see about it. This is something that I think will be very interesting to see in the real game. You will probably notice right now this. I'm sure this video will go on for quite some time. Not quite sure if our 30-minute format will work for this. I think we're gonna expand on that. So, but yeah, that was me just rambling on about the controls of a game that I haven't even played yet. Key bindings, this is what I expected. I heard this, or I read this, that you cannot rebind your keys as of yet. This will certainly change in future versions, but right now you have to either memorize this or don't give a crap about this, and I don't care about this. I have no idea. So the settings are alright. Now I know which graphic settings we're running on again. Let's resume the game. You might wonder why am I talking about spaceships and flying spaceships and all of this stuff, and then we're looking at an aquarium of fish. This is actually something that backers that were there from the very beginning got as a little present, because Star Citizen has already accumulated, I think, $43 million in crowdfunding. And yeah, I was with this project from the very beginning, not the very beginning, but very early on. I pledged some money, but I pledged the minimum amount, which was, I think, 25 euros or something like that, which I think is a fair amount, and yeah, it sounds good. So you can see there are some graphical problems with the plants here, but the fish themselves, I think they're really nice, nicely animated. You can also hear that they're apparently, keep in mind, this is I'm seeing this myself for the very first time. This is the spaceship that you all know. There's a bit of weird stuff going on with my controls right now, that sometimes, as you can see, this was not me, that the view kind of switches around. I'm not sure if this might be my controller. Is there something, game settings? There's really not much I can do, right? Yeah, we'll just look if we can deal with it. What was inside this box? This box was there in the Hangar Module as well, but not when I made the video. So there were some updates on for the Hangar Module that I didn't show you because it was just really stuff like this. Here you can see some boots. There are actually I have 2 outfits now for this game, which I thought I could choose here, but this is basically a roguelike outfit. This is a term that had to be invented, right? Not quite sure where I can change that, but I don't think I have to change this right now. This, I suppose, might be the helmet, so I'm going to that last because we have to build some suspension, right? This is the spaceship that you have all seen. It really looks the same. This is my Aurora spaceship, the standard version of it, and this is actually new. So this the hangar has become bigger in the in one of the updates for the Hangar Module, but there's never been a second Aurora in this. There has been this installation where you could actually put the some laser weapons on a pedestal here on this tripod and fire a few shots, but that was really it might sound cool, but it didn't really. It was fiddly to set up, and it didn't really look good, but yeah, you could do something like that. And so even though this might be new to you if you have just seen my other video on Star Citizen that I've done up until now, this is not super new. This has been introduced in one of the patches. What I do know is that you cannot start the spaceship without putting on your helmet. I'm not quite sure if this is really about space safety and always put on your helmet, but I guess the helmet is also the interface, and it puts all kinds of different informations on your head. So here we go, let's put on the helmet. And apparently that was already it. I was expecting a cool helmet animation, but no, as you can see, there's at the lower end of the screen here you have RSI, standing for Robert Space Industries, and well, I kind of expected that he puts on the helmet, a cool animation, but yeah, that's what I get for being a cheapskate and just having the cheapest spaceship that there is. So let's enter. We all know this procedure, only last time we didn't have a helmet on. And I'm half expecting the game to crash at every turn, to be honest, because I heard that there are some problems with this, but well, here we are sitting in the cockpit. We all know this. But this is new. Arena Commander. Oh, okay. Welcome to the edge of reality. Original Systems' new tactical flight simulator puts you on Anvil's devastating combat spacecraft, the Hornet. This is interesting. This sounds as if I'm not flying my spaceship that I'm sitting in, because I don't own a Hornet. But I would really like to play a Hornet. Spectrum Match might be the multiplayer thing. This is supposed to be multiplayer, but not right now. So because the servers aren't up and running yet. So I guess drone sim is the only thing we can do for now. Interesting. It really looks as if we're flying this spaceship here instead of the one I'm sitting in. And there are several maps, two. Actually, that's cool. Broken Moon and Dying Star. I think Broken Moon was the one that they showed at the presentation, so we're taking that. Vandul Swarm should be the single player portion of this, where you fight against enemy spaceships. And we have free flight. So I would like to do the free flight first, because I have no idea how to control this game and the spaceship. I would like to see this first. So here we are, the game is loading. Broken Moon, free flight. Expect me to crash into the nearest asteroid that I can find. Or probably if I have to start in the hangar, I will probably crash while starting the spaceship there. I'm really looking forward to see what happens here, but I'm also very afraid that my computer will go up in flames because of the graphics, or that it will run like crap with 5 frames per second, or that it all will crash. Yeah, not too sure about things, but we'll see.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries.
Okay.
Enjoy the ride. System check.
Okay, system check. Very cool. I like this. And I'm controlling this with mouse and keyboard right now. I'm planning to switch to a gamepad that I have. I have a Logitech gamepad here, lying here. But right now I wanna get accustomed with mouse and keyboard control. So this doesn't. This looks really. The control's really nice. I think this is. I have no idea. How do I accelerate? I'm pressing W. I guess this works with normal game controls. Okay, this is really cool. And by the way, we're not flying the Hornet. We are flying the Aurora spaceship. Maybe the Hornet is just for show or placeholder spaceship. Maybe it's just for Vandul Swarm, because the Aurora might not be have enough weapons to fight the enemy. But we'll see. I'm gonna click the left mouse button, and I actually have pew pew lasers. Oh my god, this is cool. This is really cool. And I love the graphics on this. This is okay. Color me impressed, yes. But I have to say, right now from the controls, I don't have the feeling that this is too or what you call it, I don't see the advantage that mouse and keyboard has over a joystick right now, because I know I can control this fine. This is okay, but it's still quite floaty too. So I'm missing the word here. It's not so direct, and it's not pixel perfect. I think if you're seeing the video, you'll know what I mean. But I'm trying this now. I've also read that if you use the combination Control and F, that you change the control scheme, and you will notice that right now the reticule stays in the middle of the spaceship. So yeah, these are different controls now. I like this as well. I think this mode really manages to give you more control over the spaceship. I can do finer turns and really control where I'm flying with. But if I switch to this other mode, where I can move the reticle about, I can aim my lasers. So I I do not necessarily have to shoot directly in the middle of the spaceship or at the middle of my screen here, but I can shoot a bit to the left and a bit to the right and a bit to the up and down. And I think this kind of control scheme would be really cool for dogfights. And this is actually, as far as I understand it, the great criticism, that mouse and keyboard players can actually control their laser turrets differently from where their ship is going. And this would be too much of an advantage in a dogfight. If I haven't played combat yet, but if I'm totally honest with you, I like this idea very much, and I think this is necessary to provide for a fun game experience and fun dogfights. I don't know, maybe there's something, well, the short end of it is I like my mouse and keyboard controls, and I'm not gonna, I'm going to defend them to the death. Okay, so this is cool.
Warning. You are approaching the simulation boundary.
Okay, this is interesting. So, what else can I do? How can I roll? By pressing A and D. Should really try a bit more of the controls here. But I can see where the game is going now, and this is looking really good. So if I wanted to do a barrel roll, I'll just do this. I like the music here. This is very, very tense and cool. By the way, I have no idea what these yellow laser beams are. Those have been there in the presentation, the PAX presentation that RSI were giving, and I think nothing really happens when you fly through one of those beams, but I'm gonna try that later. Is there some kind of other camera perspective? So this seems to... Okay, controls for the lasers. Can I actually deplete the lasers? I want to see how this looks. Yeah, and now they're firing slower, just like in the good old times. Cool. So I guess if you know what you're doing, you could also decouple the lasers or something like that. No idea what that does. But it would be cool if this, and I think they're going for the for exactly this, that you can mid-flight change your energy level, so you can put more energy into the shields if you want to be able to take more hits, or more energy into the weapon, so you can fire for a longer time without having to cool them off or something like that.
You are approaching simulation boundary.
I have no idea where the boundary is supposed to be. I wanted to have a different view of my spaceship. I wanted to see what it looks like from the outside. I'm pressing the F keys here, but nothing seems to work right
Flare
now.
away.
Okay, that's cool. I'm pushing every button on my keyboard. Nothing happened. This, okay. I have no idea. I have no idea. And now I don't have any control anymore. Oh, okay. I was chatting with people who aren't there. Interesting. This is really cool. What does the right mouse button do? Not much. Maybe it fires rockets, but okay, I have a zoom. That's cool. Is there a way to look around? Not quite sure. Okay, shift does seem to give me some kind of boost, but it appears as if the Aurora naturally isn't the fastest ship around. Well, that's cool. That's okay. Boost. What is this doing? I have no idea. Oh, you can see at the right side, coupled and decoupled. So decoupled should mean that exactly I'm now flying backwards. This is okay. This is working better than I expected. This is for everyone that has seen the new Battlestar Galactica series. This is exactly what they're doing all the time, and they're Viper space fighters. They were called Vipers, weren't they? Yeah, I think so. So you fly full head-on. Let's say I want to reach this laser over here, but right now I'm being chased. Imagine that I'm being chased by enemies. So I decouple the thrusters and everything, and I can turn around. I'm still flying towards the laser beam, but now I can fire basically to the backside. I turned the whole ship around, but but I'm not thrusting forward. So actually, I should be able to.
Warning.
Yes.
You are approaching simulation boundary.
Okay. If I cannot reverse the speed, and now I've left the simulation and died a horrible space death. Okay. Huh.
Stand by for reintegration.
Pressing X to respawn. And here I am
Welcome to
again.
Roberts Space Industries.
Well, that was easy. That's cool.
Enjoy the ride.
Yes,
System
and
check.
you know what I'm going to do right now because you put me right here.
Impact.
So you're actually dying when you fly through that laser beam. Good to know. Okay.
Stand by.
Yes, I'm standing by and I'm pressing X.
Welcome to Roberts Space
Yes,
Industries.
shut up.
Enjoy the ride. System check.
And so far, frame rate seems to be okay. That's really... I can live with this. I really hope, and I'm sure they will do some optimization later on, but right now that is not the focus, and it shouldn't be the focus. Right now the focus should be on basically creating content for this game and creating the game itself. But still, oh, this is the okay, can enter some commands that I don't know in here. I still want to see my spaceship from... Oh, okay, this is the camera perspective change button. Because I really wanted to see how it looks like when it flies. I couldn't really imagine this in the hangar, but... Okay. Show me the boost. This is the boost. Okay. This... Yep. I have to admit that my spaceship looks a bit like a... I don't know, like a gray block in space. But you know what? Actually, I don't care. Because in... as I probably told you in the other video, before Star Citizen comes out, the plan is first to get Squadron 42 going, which is basically the same game engine and the first prototype of the game, which will be focusing on a single player content. You flying a space fighter in the service of some kind of military thing with a campaign, basically Wing Commander in a better graphics engine. And I'm actually looking forward to that much more than I'm looking forward to Star Citizen, at least right now, because I really like this single player experience that this could give. Yeah, I know that the asteroids are flickering. It's probably one of the numerous bugs of the game. Still has to be pointed out. What was did I want to say? Yeah, my spaceship. So in Squadron 42, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to fly the spaceship that you pledged money for. So I'm not going to fly this block here, but I'm actually hoping to fly a space fighter. And in Star Citizen, the final game, when it's out, or the finished game, you should be able to make money by doing quests or trading or something like that and get a better ship. So actually right now I'm loving this ship. There's some okay, this is a different perspective. Not quite sure what that is, what we're looking at right now. Oh, that's me in the cockpit. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is cool. But I still have to try something else, because I think you should be able to leave the spaceship, but I'm not quite sure how.
Flare away.
Not by firing a flare. How does the flare look? Okay.
Flare away.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I pushed the tabulator key and can now look around. Huh. There's do not grab. Okay. This is always, I know this from fighter planes and real life fighter planes. Why am I not allowed to grab anything? Nobody ever told me why. Okay, at this point I don't really know what I'm doing. You should be supposed to be able to leave the spacecraft, but I have no idea how to do this right now. So instead, I would say, now that I kind of know how to control the spaceship, let's start up the actual fighting system.